Now this has honor!
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the DNA Design DK-42 Legacy Prowl Upgrade Kit. So here we are, and there it is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging right up front here. We just have a little image there of the helmet, wheel, swords, DK-42 Legacy Prowl Upgrade Kits. No S, just one kit. Anyway, on this side DK-42, on this side DK-42, up top DK-42, on the bottom words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box, you just got a little image there, your obligatory product shots of what is in the box, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have the upgrade kit for Legacy Prowl. And yeah, here is everything you get with the kit. You get the little sidecar bit here, which looks pretty cool. You get some nice sparkly gold on there. This entire section is done in all transparent plastic with the gold and black painted over, but looks quite nice. You can see all the components there. Underneath you can see a little sword. You can see how this weapon also stores underneath. The helmet is in there as well. And that's how all that comes together. It looks quite good. It does actually have a nice little rolling wheel right there, and you get this little connector piece, and this is to connect the sidecar to the motorcycle mode, and we'll show off how that works in a bit. But all in all, a nice little kit here, and this will give Prowl his samurai armor. So without further ado, let's get to showing off how this works. So here's Legacy Prowl in alt mode, and to connect the sidecar, you're going to bring in this piece right here, and this is going to plug into the side of the wheel. So just line that up and push that in, and once that is done, you take this and you connect this to the sidecar and get everything situated, and there you go. There you have it all hooked up, and that looks pretty cool right there, and it rolls as rolling things should. Hooray, hooray for rolling. So now we're going to show off the display mode. So to do that, we're just going to bring the sword out and just disconnect this wheel section. Just put that off to the side. We can untab these side sections here and then split all this down the middle. We can take this bit that has the helmet and just bring that up for now. We're going to take these weapon pieces here and just slide them out of these grooves here, like so, and then we can take these sections and just bring them down and just rotate them out. So again, just kind of bring that down and rotate that out, and just kind of angle this up like so. You just bring the helmet kind of up and over like that, and that's ready to go. So now we're going to take the two halves of this weapon here and just plug it together, and there's a tab that will go into a slot right here in the middle of this connector bit. So tab that in right there, and this will plug into the wheel like so. And once we do that, we bring this in, and this is going to plug in to, they want you to use the left port. So you just plug that in like that, and so there you go. There you have the little display mode for the armor, and you know what? It's a nice touch. Why not? Dare I say, why not? So now to connect this to Prowl, a little bit of prep work we have to do. We just remove the helmet, just unpeg it, and this armature here will just collapse back. These skirt sections here are on a slider, so you just want to take these and just slide them forward on either side, and that is ready to go. So now we bring in Prowl, and you want to take his arms and just bring them back just to get them out of the way. You have a post right here that will go into a port right in the center of his back. So just get that lined up and just plug that in like so. Then these will come forward and up over his shoulders, and now you can drop his arms down. These skirt pieces will just kind of hang out right there. And again, you have to kind of fiddle with the positioning here just to get everything in the right spot, but you can get it all in the right spot right there like that. And the helmet just drops right over his head, like so. And we can take the wheel sword weapon here. And one thing to note also is that the blade itself is done in kind of a somewhat like a little bit of a smoky transparent plastic there with some gold on it. Looks quite nice. But that just plugs onto his forearm like that. And there we pretty much have Samurai Prowl. And it works. It looks pretty good. The shoulder pads are maybe a smidge too big. But, you know, not too bad. The helmet also looks a little bit too big on his head, but again, it has to fit over the whole head sculpt. So, you know, it has to work with, well, what it has to work with. So, you know, all in all, though, I think it works out pretty well, in my opinion. I think it looks pretty good. I think it works out. Just side skirts there. With that nice gold. See, the back also has some gold on it. Oh no, I do think it comes together pretty nicely. Now obviously the shoulder pads are going to kind of hinder your articulation here. There's only about so much. I mean, you can get your outward movement, but you know, as far as like forward movement, not too much you can do there because these giant shoulder pads are going to kind of get in the way. But you still have your elbow bend, you know, your wrist rotation. That's not a wrist rotation. This is waist rotation. That's a wrist. That's a waist. Waist rotation. That's what that is. You know, the hip skirts can move out of the way. They're on the ball joints. You can totally move those out of the way if you need to accommodate your leg movements. Oh no, as far as the legs go, nothing's really all that hindered, but the arms, yeah, these big shoulder pads are going to hinder that articulation there. Now, a couple things you can do with this weapon here, just get a closer look at it. You can see the nice gunmetal gray they used there. And the rest of it just done in black. But you can store this. You can use the same piece here and just have it in. And if you don't want them holding it, you can just store this by plugging it into that port back there. So you can just store that on his back. Things you can do if you want to do it, or you can just untab it and just leave this piece behind. Okay, well, you lay on your face then. You do that like a warrior, like a true warrior. That's not what warriors do, Prowl. That's not what warriors do. Anyway, if you want, you can have him holding this. Now, this is a little tricky. Let me remove this just to make life a little bit easier for me. So, he does have the port for it in his hand, but the problem is that you can see here, this panel is blocking that port. So you can't actually, Prowl, stand for me, buddy. Prowl. It's not the upgrade kit making him do that, it's just his ankles. The ankles on my copy are a little loose. But you can plug this into his hand, but you can't plug in the other end because that panel is totally blocking that path of entry there. So you have to kind of bring his hand in a little bit. So now you can see that, and you can plug that in, and now he can hold it properly. So that's a thing you can do if you want to do it. Or if you want, you can use this connector piece and just plug this onto his forearm and just have that be a forearm weapon. So you can poke, stab, poke, fork, stab, whatever you want to do there. But hey, you have the option, and as always, options are what? They're good. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with the original animated Samurai Prowl, just so you can see how it looks with the upgraded recent version. And I think it looks pretty good. And again, this definitely pulls off the look. I just feel the shoulder pads are maybe just a bit too big for him, though. Maybe it could have stood to be just a little slimmer there. But all in all, not too shabby, so there you go. So there you have the upgrade kit for Legacy Prowl, and yeah, solid little kit here. I like it. It accomplishes the mission it sets out to do, which is to give Prowl his samurai armor, and it works well. My only complaint, really, again, is that I think the shoulder pads are too big, too bulky. But other than that, everything works well, fits nicely. A simple yet solid little kit here. So I like it. I like it. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of DNA Design's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below so you can check that out. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the DNA Design DK-42 Legacy Prowl Upgrade Kit, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.